this show welcomes back to the program a man who used this space, and it was an honor to do so, to announce that he was going to return to the University of Michigan for another year. And he is the 100%, 1,000,000% complete embodiment of the phrase, those who stay will be champions. Fresh off the field of the University of Michigan Pro Day, Blake Corum back here on the Rich Eisen Show. Good to see you, Blake. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you?
How was your Pro Day? How'd that go?
It was great. A lot of scouts came out. It was good being back, with the fellas, with Team 144, seeing other my guys compete. And I feel like I killed it, man. So great day.
Okay, very good. And so what was it like to see all your friends and teammates once again?
It was great. It was great seeing them just because, everything happened so fast after the Natty, right? Like as soon as we won, we came back. Yeah, we had a parade, but then boom, everyone was, off to Dallas or off to, Florida or Arizona, wherever they may have been training. So we didn't really get to talk much, So being back, this whole week, we've all been coming in and training together. And, we're all chasing the same dream. So, it was great, seeing the fellas and being back in Schembechler Hall.
So your own like de facto homecoming is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
it was a homecoming that it was a quick homecoming, right? Homecomings usually happen, a little while after, but it was about 8 weeks, but it was a homecoming for sure. And my teammates, they killed it today. I'm really happy with how today went.
So now that you're a couple of months removed, Blake, and almost to the day, as a matter of fact, of the national championship game, what are your recollections of this run for you?
It was an amazing run, man. A lot of adversity though. A lot of adversity was sent, our way, but I'm so glad, I was able to come on the show and tell, everyone, especially, the Michigan fans that I was coming back to win a natty. And, the team, we bought into the process, we bought into that brotherhood and the culture and, we worked our butts off and, it seemed like everyone was against us, we stood tall, with ourselves, with our fan base, and we just kept pushing and we reached our end goal. That was a natty, and no one can take that away from us. And we went down in history, and now it's time for another Michigan, team to repeat what we did, but try to be better than us. But it was amazing, man.
Well, I want to get to that before we end this interview that's just gotten started with Blake Corum here on the Rich Eisen Show. And so, what happened for you? Walk me through your personal itinerary after that national championship game and what you have been up to get ready for the draft here.
Yeah, for me, it was locked in on, that next step in my journey, which is the NFL, preparing for the combine. So I was down in Florida training at Pete Marmorito's down in Aventura, Miami. And it was great, just working my tail off. There was a bunch of, other NFL athletes down there training. So I got to chop it up with them, pick their brains a little bit. But I've just been working my butt off, getting ready, like I said, for combine and going back and not even doing no more combine training, just training, real football stuff for pro day, which we had today. And so, I've just been, meeting with different coaches, just trying to get an idea where I might go. But ultimately, it's up to God at the end of the day. And, whatever team, sees that, I fit best believe they're going to get a great player, someone that just cares about winning. That's what I've been doing, after we won that natty.
So what were some of the combine interviews like? What did they ask you at these interviews?
They were great. For me, it was more just, talking ball. There was no character issues. There was nothing we really needed to go deep in about. So every time, I would have an interview, whether it been formal or informal, we're watching film, I'm drawing up plays, we're getting to know each other a little bit. So it was great. They're telling me, things I could work on, or what do I think I need to work on? And me, being that I hold myself to a high standard, I think my whole game can get better, right? So, the interviews have been great, with the time's ticking, and, so now, that pro day is over. I'm excited to, see what top five teams, might have me come, draft night or draft day, whenever, my name will be called.
So Blake Corum here, fresh off the field at University of Michigan Pro Day right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Have you visited personally with any teams yet at their facilities?
Not at their facility. I have one coming up, and then you have some local days that you might hit. But
Sure. Who do you have coming up? Where are you going?
I'm going to LA. Going to LA.
Los Angeles, as in the Chargers. Is that what you're
In the
saying?
Chargers.
Who do you know?
I'll be.
Who do you know there? Do you know somebody there, Blake?
I think I might know someone there. I'm excited to go out, talk to Coach Harbaugh, talk to, the new staff that I don't already know, and see what it's like out there. But I've had meetings, all week, in person.
Mm-hmm.
I've had dinners, lunches, and so I've got to, chop it up with a bunch of great men, great coaches. But that is, my one, top 30 they call it.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about, other meetings I have coming up, local days. I'll be going to the Lions and the Ravens local day. So, I'm excited, to keep, you know, going on this journey and come, whether that be the 25th, the 26th, 27th, whenever. Best believe, I can't wait to find out where I'm going and whatever team gets me.
Some people might say, "Oh, of course, Jim's going to have him out." But I'll also tell you, I'm a little surprised because I mean, what does he not know about you, right? Or does he just want to introduce you to everyone around? Like, what do you think? What do you think is going to be getting out of that? Obviously, he knows exactly who you are. He knows exactly what you can bring to the program here, right?
I think obviously different running back coach.
Right.
And they didn't really necessarily meet with us at the combine
Got it.
because coach already knows all of us, right? So just to meet everyone else, get to meet everyone else. Maybe check out their new facility that
Okay.
I heard they're building, and just see what the environment is like in case I do end up being out there with Coach Harbaugh. But at this point, you just never know
Of
where
course.
you might, you know.
Wouldn't that be something though?
No, that'd be crazy. That honestly would be crazy. It'd be really crazy if I picked up the phone and I hear, who's got it better than us, right? So that'd be crazy. But I'm going into this process like I know there's a right fit for me, and I know there's a team that really want me. There might be a couple teams that really want me, and I promise these teams like they're gonna get everything out of me for sure.
Who took you to dinner? If you don't mind me asking.
There was a bunch of us. We had a great dinner with Mike Tomlin. Just a great dude, man. I really enjoyed that dinner. It was something special. There was a bunch of us.
What do you mean a bunch of you? A bunch of you with the
Teammates.
Okay,
Yeah, a
teammates.
bunch of my teammates. Yeah, yeah. It was just kind of like a get together, break bread.
Tomlin took you and a bunch of Wolverines to dinner. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, his coaches.
Okay.
That was their meeting with us. So it was a great time.
Guys, what can you share with me about what Tomlin said and what he's like? I know exactly what he's like, but I'd love to hear what he shared at a dinner like that.
I'm not gonna say too much, but it was really just boys being boys, or just barbershop talk. It wasn't necessarily about football. It was more so, just chopping it up. He had a bunch of coaches there. It was a good time. It was fun.
Blake Corum here on the Rich Eisen Show. Have you met with the Cowboys at all?
At the combine.
Okay.
Not since.
Did you meet Jerry? Did you meet Jerry himself?
I did. I saw it. I went out to dinner with my agent at the combine, and I saw Jerry Jones in the restaurant we were at the table. I did see Jerry.
They need a quarter. They need a running back in the worst way, Blake. They need one. They need one just like you.
Hey, if they like my game, hey, come get me. Whatever team respects my game and sees the good in me and what I can bring to the team, on and off the field. Hey, my name's in the draft for a reason. Come get me.
Blake Corum here on the Rich Eisen Show. You're up for that, right, TJ? He's a Dallas Cowboy fan in the house right here. So
listen,
that's okay.
Listen, my brother. Listen, come on home, baby. Come on
home.
I mean, it could be home.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's basically what and everyone, as you know, would be lucky to have Blake Corum on the show. So, all right, that's pretty cool. So back here in Ann Arbor, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're in the office of the great Dave Avloff, the sports information director. Walk me through what's behind your right shoulder with those lines through certain logos that it's right there on that grease board ledge. What's that, Blake? You want to walk me through what that is? What is that?
Well, I
up
would
there.
love to walk you through what that is.
Yes, sir. Please.
As you can see in 21, uh, we beat, Ohio State.
Hmm.
Uh, we
Hmm.
just crossed that off.
Yeah, that's right. And then what happened the next year? What happened?
22,
Yeah.
we beat them again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then
And then 23, I
yeah.
think we beat them again and then went and won a natty.
Yeah.
The Wolverines, we've been killing it, with all due respect, Um, we've been killing the game, and we just got to keep it up.
Okay. Very good. Yes, that's what I thought that was behind your right shoulder. So I appreciate you, confirming.
Hey, shout out to Dave for having that in here.
Okay. Yeah. And that's the question is, everyone in Columbus. And by the way, I appreciate you being able to say Ohio State, not that school down south or whatever, because they can't say, they won't say, they'll say Michigan, they'll X out the M, they won't say school up north, TTUN, all that business. I'm glad you're able to just say it like an adult.
Whatever helps them sleep at night, that if they got to say that, they can't say, Michigan or the University of Michigan.
Yes.
Them saying, the team up north makes them sleep better tonight. They keep saying it, but
exactly. But you do know that they all feel now that you and the 17 other of your teammates that wound up at the combine, now that you're gone, that this is a foregone conclusion. Certainly, since a ton of them came back and they got some Alabama kids that, let's just put it mildly, you beat at the Rose Bowl, that they've got those kids now on, that there's no chance that Michigan's going to add a fourth one of those next year. How do you respond to that, Blake?
Hey, them boys at practice right now, practicing for a reason. Today was the first day of full pads. So after we get off this interview, I'm gonna go check them out. And I know, they didn't fall off. I know their heads didn't get big. I know they're back to work like hungry wolves. So I know they did, they went to the transfer portal pretty heavy. Got some guys and some of the guys, some good players, came back. I get up to them, but we have some dogs over on this end too that are still hungry and chopping at the bit. So, hey, we're not going nowhere, man.
Okay. And this photograph, Blake, that I think has become iconic personally. What happened? What's this one?
Dude, that was second play of the game. Penn State got hit, solid hit. Just split it open. I don't know. My helmet came down a little bit and the skin just pulled. And I just saw all the blood on my visor. And I'm like, dang, something happened, but can't stop now. We have a full game to play. And then in the second half, we came out and ran it 32 times straight. That's when I knew, man, this team's special.
Well, right, and that was Sherrone Moore's first win as Michigan head coach during that period where Jim wasn't there for the second time. So, in the final couple minutes I have with you here is, what can you say about Sherrone Moore's readiness to be the full head coach of this program? Because again, that's the other part that you hear from Columbus and Ohio State, that another reason why Michigan's ripe to get got is because Jim's gone and Sherrone Moore's there, forgetting completely that Sherrone Moore's 1-0 against Ohio State himself. So what do you say about those? And there are some Michigan fans that are even concerned about Sherrone Moore's readiness. What do you say about that, Blake?
I have no worries, because he has been under, the great, Coach Harbaugh, learning from him. And, Coach Moore, he's going to add his own little twist to it, right? But, I mean, you got to think he has more top 10 wins than, a lot of coaches that are, been coaching for 10 years, right? And so the level of readiness that I see in Coach Moore, he's a player's coach. He loves to smash. The players love him, right? They love his energy. He's vibrant. The players are going to want to run through a wall for him, just like we wanted to run through a wall for Coach Harbaugh. And so, he's already had the taste of what it was like being a head coach, because we had to deal with some adversity with Coach Harbaugh being suspended and whatnot. And so, he's ready. He's ready. He's had, some preseason games. So, I'm excited to see, what Coach Moore will do with the full season. I know, like I said, they're out there practicing right now. So I know, he's getting them ready because it starts now. It's not time to wait for summer or camp. It starts now. This is when, national championships are won. So, I'm excited to see Coach Moore just, do his thing.
And then lastly for you, Blake, what will a team get if they draft Blake Corum?
Absolute dog, man. Someone that's just going to come in, work his tail off, not say much, just go to work. Someone with a winning mindset, someone that only cares about winning, someone that cares about his teammates, someone that's going to have his brother's back, and someone that's going to ultimately, bring the community closer too. I'm big in the community. And so just a good, human being on and off the field, and someone just loves the game of football, man. I love it. Been playing it since 6, so they're going to get a great player.
And that's why Jim Harbaugh is bringing you in for your first top 30 visit right there. He knows that already, and he wants to introduce you around the community. And listen, if you don't mind, Blake, just a moment for myself here. When you see Jim, I've already texted him. I don't know if he's got the same number just yet, but I already texted him. Did you see his garage sale that he had, Blake?
I did.
Okay.
What was it? $20? One bag, $20. You can get whatever you want.
It seems like, is that what it was? I had no idea. What's the scoop on the garage sale? What happened?
I thought someone told me. I don't know who told me, but they said for $20 or something like that, you could get a bag and you could fill it up, whatever you want. That's what I heard through the grapevine. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! So I don't know if we're already too late, if that's happening. But because
there was probably some great stuff in there, man.
I'm sure, because I if you don't mind, we'll put it up one more time here. In the very back, you see behind the sewing machine, there appears to be a lava lamp. I would buy that and put it in the studio.
I see it.
So if you don't mind, when you see Jim, hey, if the lava lamp's still for sale, I'd like it.
The Rich wants it.
Yes, I want it, and for sale though. I'm not asking for it for free.
You're not asking for a handout. You'll pay.
That's correct. Because it's the least I can do is to pay the man for his lava lamp, because he's paid it forward to me, and you have as well. Would you mind telling him that if the lava lamp's there? I still want it.
When I run into him next time I see him,
great.
I'm gonna ask him if he still has that lava lamp that he had at his garage sale, and if you still have it, can you ship it to good Rich Eisen.
Yeah, that's right.
He put it in his studio.
That's right. And go blue, sir. Blake, thank you for. Oh, do you know what? Oh, shoot. One more time. I'll give you, if you don't mind, one more question for you. Pound the table for JJ McCarthy and what you think he can do at the next level, Blake.
Oh man, I wish he would. I don't know if you saw that, but he was out here just slinging it today. He was letting it go. But man, JJ is such a good quarterback, and his ceiling is so high. Whatever team gets him, they're getting a field general, someone that loves the game, a team player, and someone that is a great quarterback. He can stay in the pocket, he can roll out the pocket, he can run. So he's a threat, he's really a threat. And like I said, his ceiling is so high, and you can just see the growth from his first year, to his junior year, and you can already see the growth from when he was training. I think he was in Cali. How much better he's got. So, he's going to be a high pick. He's going to make a lot of money, and he's going to make a team very proud.
Well, I mean, you hear the narrative, I'm sure, that he didn't have to do it because folks like you and Donovan Edwards and the rest of the run game were doing it. And so, therefore, we haven't seen it if he can do it because he wasn't asked to do it. You've heard that narrative, I'm sure.
I've heard that, but, I just block that out. You know what I'm saying? I block that out because that's not true.
You block it out. All right. Thanks, Blake. You're the best, man. Thanks again.
Appreciate it, man. Go blue.
Go blue right back at you. That's Blake Corum, and I'll see you out here when you're visiting the Chargers, hopefully. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.